Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Florence and I'm an artist and a stay-at-home mom. This video is sponsored by GSJJ. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of designing and ordering enamel pins. It's a very daunting task at first, and I was skeptical for the longest time about ordering pins. It's a big step in my opinion. But GSJJ reached out to me, and after researching the company, I was confident and comfortable with working with them. They offered me a coupon to order whatever I'd like from their products, and I chose enamel pins since personally I love pins, and it's been a dream of mine to have my own made. I also want to put a disclaimer here that my voice is still not 100%. And I'm not feeling 100%. I'm still recovering from being sick. So if you're wondering if there's something wrong, nothing wrong. I'm just still recovering. So right now I'm fleshing out some ideas I had for the pin. I wanted to do something a bit creepy and similar to the art that I used to create before starting my Flossy Arts account. I've been wanting to do a cryptid or a creepy critter series, and I felt that this was the perfect opportunity to introduce it. Some of the designs I plan on making into stickers, sticker packs, and or sheets, and maybe another pin or two in the future. I was torn between a lot, honestly. I really like this cat skull, but I also love the idea of a creepy bunny. And then there was the jackalope and mothman. So because I was so indecisive, I put a poll up on my social media and the majority of y'all voted for mothman, with jackalope as a close runner-up. But you'll see in a bit, I also thought of designing a mushroom pin since I make a lot of mushroom themed art, but then strawberry sounded cute. So many pin ideas. That's why I'm grateful to have my audience to help me bounce ideas around back and forth, provide feedback, etc. Before moving on, I want to explain here, when designing enamel pins, it's best to have a more simplistic design. You need to keep in mind the outline of the piece, the silhouette, any cutouts, tiny details, etc. And that was the biggest struggle for me because I like adding lots of details. And I was worried my Mothman was too complicated. But the team I worked with from GSJJ went above and beyond my expectations. And they sent me a proof within 24 hours that really impressed me. I honestly got a bit emotional seeing my design transformed into a pin. It may sound silly to some, but this is a big deal to some people. Definitely to me. We're jumping right into making the final design in Procreate. You see the mushroom idea I had here, and I did like it, but Mothman spoke to me. I also was a bit worried that I'd have to convert this to a vector file, which I've never done before. But thankfully GSJJ didn't require that format. I just saved Mothman as a PNG with a high DPI. Now I'm going to walk you through how to order pins on their website. I also downloaded OBS just for this. So on their website, they have a lot of options of products, and I decided to do enamel pins. We're going to click free quote, and it shows different options, but we're going to do enamel pins. And there's hard enamel pins and soft enamel pins. I chose hard enamel pins for a smooth piece. On the size, we're going to click 1.5 inches since that's a pretty popular size. And then it's going to take us to plating finish. I chose silver for Mothman, but we're going to click rose gold because that was another option I considered. And then for colors, if it's 5 colors or less, it will be cheaper. The more colors you add, the more complicated it is, so it's just going to be a little bit more. And then for upgrades, I was really tempted to do the glow in the dark, but I did no upgrades. And then they have a lot of attachments for the back, which I didn't know we had all these options available, but apparently we do. But I chose the rubber clutch just because I prefer that. And then for the back side, I said no logo. For the packaging, you can have backing cards made, you can have them in a box. I chose the clear bags. And then I'm just going to click upload later. And you can put whatever quantity you want. For the Mothman, I chose to do 25. And then for the turnaround time, when you click the 30% discount, it'll take a good chunk off, but it will also take longer to produce. The turnaround time is typically a month. I was expecting it would take longer than 1 month because I've heard a lot of artists say that they've had keychains and pins come in within 2 months from other companies, but my pins arrived in less than a month, so that was pretty cool. And of course, if you choose quicker times, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. And I do want to clarify here that GSJJ sent me a coupon to pick whatever products I want, and whatever remaining was left, I paid for. Now for the great reveal. I was so nervous unpacking this because, like I said earlier, it's a big deal to me. And I'm sure some of you watching understand, especially if y'all have ordered pins before. GSJJ included a gift of free lanyards, which was super nice. I've seen some more lanyards around at markets, and I'm considering designing some. I have a soot sprite and puppy cat design that I had planned on making into washi tape, but it never played out. So maybe I can convert that into lanyards. What do y'all think? I'm sure this is quite obvious and doesn't need stating, but yes, each pin is individually packaged with plastic bags. This is actually pretty standard when ordering items from manufacturers for each item to be individually packaged or wrapped, like acrylic charms, washi tape, pins, etc. If you sell small items like pins, earrings, or anything like that, you can reuse these little bags to display them in. Of course, when I design backing cards later, I'll have to make sure I have the correct measurement so they fit. But moving on, just look at him. He's so cute. I'm just so overjoyed at how he turned out. It's better than I had imagined. I tested the rubber clutches out because I like for them to be really tight. That way I'm not nervous about them falling off a bag or something. And these passed the test. Unpacking each individual pin does take time, but I'm also able to do a bit of quality control as I look over each one carefully. And now I have my army of cute Mothmen. It's so cool to see your design come to life. I did try to sketch out some backing card ideas, but I'm still deciding what I'd like to complement him. Whatever I decide, I'll have Mothman make his debut at my next big market in May, along with my cryptid series. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks again, GSJJ. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more art videos, and I'll see you later. Bye!